If you felt that there's been something missing from the Sonic the Hedgehog games, then you're in luck, because ladies and gentlemen, I am proud to introduce here today the Werehog. Go ahead and take a second to look at this handsome blue devil. Gorgeous, ain't he? Absolutely stunning. Unfortunately, I do have to move on with this review, but fear not, for if your goal is to spend a whole lot of time with the Werehog, well, Sonic Unleashed has you covered. Indeed, this latest project from Sonic Team is one part traditional Sonic game, and what I mean by that are those intense, truly spectacular, zigzagging, loop-de-looping levels that we all love so much. And then, unfortunately, there are the Werehog levels, and yes, I'm looking directly at you, Sonic with rabies. Now, I know you're all going to find this extremely difficult to believe, but Dr. Eggman is at it again. And you're not going to care, because the convoluted storyline filled with Dark Gaia and the Chaos Emeralds and the splitting of the planet will absolutely not grab you, and yet the production values, extremely high caliber, absolutely will. Here's a true fact, I looked this up on Wikipedia. Turns out the opening cinematic, phenomenal, stunning, crisp, clean, gorgeous. It's longer than every cinematic in every Nintendo game created in the last gajillion years. Combined. I just blew your mind, didn't I? Seriously though, there's nothing about this game that feels lazy or rushed. In fact, I think the opposite is true. As I said, from the opening cinematic, you have this very epic feeling to the game, and that extends into the other cinemas, and also into the presentation of the hub world. You navigate between each region using a virtual planet, you can see it here, and as you progress through the game, the planet begins to come together, so you're actually able to see your progress as you play, via the map screen, which I think is pretty cool. Meanwhile, there's a lot of fan service in the game, including hidden artwork, hidden movies, and hidden music. All of it becomes unlocked as you play, and it's a driving force to keep going. For as good as the hub world is, though, I don't like the villages. These house all of the character interactions, and the style is very 2D, almost Flash-esque, and it feels very pointless. You go to these villages, you interact with these characters, but they have nothing to say. And occasionally you'll get a valuable item, but for the most part, all these interactions are only in place as a means to extend gameplay time. Unleashed is comprised of daytime levels featuring Sonic, and nighttime levels featuring the Werehog. Take a guess which ones I like. I think Sonic Team, with the help of Dimps, which helped design some of the daytime levels, has really gotten it right this time around. These feel not only lightning fast, but they are filled with all those obstacles you loved from the other games, including the loop-de-loops and the zigzagging, and the bumpers and the jumps, and just the unpredictable, almost chaotic nature of the stages. It's all there, and it's running very, very well. It feels very intense, very fast, and I think you're going to be very pleased. I think fans are also going to appreciate the shift in perspective that happens very seamlessly as you go. So you will be running in 3D, the camera will shift back, and you'll get a 2D viewpoint, one that harkens back to those classics. And another reason I like these stages so much is that all the obstructions that really interfered with the flow in previous games are gone. So rarely will Sonic come screeching to a halt after crashing into a wall that you only had a split second to see, or a set of spikes, or something like that. All that stuff is gone for the most part, and as a result, you can just run, and I love that. There's a good selection of daytime levels, but Sonic Team has found ways to enhance replay value by adding secondary goals. So, whereas the first time through you might simply have to reach the end of a level, the second time through you might have to collect a certain number of rings, and the third time you may have to beat a time limit. Still, you will find yourself under the moon more than you're under the sun, a truth made more disappointing because the Werehog is so slow, and therefore the nighttime levels actually linger on. And I have really made a lot of jokes about the Werehog, but let me be clear, it's not that this portion of the game is a complete and total failure. I don't think it is. It, however, feels nothing like a Sonic game. It's as if you took the jump component out of the Mario games, and I'm really curious as to why Sega forced this onto its fans. The gimmicky Werehog levels are all about slow, clunky platforming and brawling. Get to an open area, brawl, jump off a cliff, brawl, get to another open area, brawl, gates closed, brawl, 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 and it keeps going and going and going until you're praying, just absolutely praying for sunlight. Sadly, the Wii version of the game has very gimmicky controls attached to many of the Werehog levels, but the good news is you can use the classic controller or the GameCube controller, and that will really save you. Sonic Unleashed really is one half amazing game and one half pointless gimmick. I think if you can brave the nighttime levels, you're going to absolutely adore the daytime ones. For our full written review, check out IGN.com.